are going to be designing a very simple Photoshop business flyer. So for you to start, you click on your create new, then it will bring out this where you set your workspace. We are going to make it 1080 by 1080 pixels. Then our resolution will be 300 and our color mode will be RGB color. Then we'll click on create. When you click on create, it might take a bit time for it to load. After that, what we are going to do is to bring in our background. So for you to bring in your background, you can come here and just click on it, find your background anywhere you save it. I save mine under documents. That is why I click on documents, and I'm going to find my background. And here is my background. I'll quickly click on my background and drag it to my Photoshop, bring it here. Once it's here, the next thing I'm going to do is to click my Alt, hold my Alt and Shift key, and now draw it up. Once I draw it up, I'll make my background to fit properly into my workspace. I don't want this writing here to show, so I'm going to draw it up a bit more. And we are good to go. Whenever you are done placing anything on Photoshop, one thing you should never forget is to click on this arrow here. You click on it. The next thing we are going to do is to put the kind of shapes we want to use. But before then, let's quickly put a line that can help us to align our work. And for us to do that, I'll come here, I'll get my rule, I'll place it here. Get the second one, and I'll place it here. I think it's okay like this. Then I'll bring this. Then what I'm going to do now is just to bring in the shape. I'll bring my triangular rule. I'll come here and draw this line. Once I draw the triangular line, the next thing I'll do is I don't want it to be the same color with this background. So I'll quickly click here and change the color. I want the color to be this. I think this is too dark. Let's come here and make it lighter. This color is better. What I'm going to do now is I want to give it some kind of shape. So I'll come here, I will right click on it, and I'll click on rasterize the layer. Once I rasterize the layer, I'll come here, I'll select this tool. The tool is polygonal lasso tool. I'll select it, I'll click here. I'll click on delete, then click on Ctrl D to deselect it. So the next thing I'll do is to do the same thing this side. I'll click here, I'll click here, then I'll delete also. Now we have the perfect shape we want to use. So what I'll do now is I'll be needing this shape like 4. I'll be needing 4 of this shape. So what I will do now is just to duplicate it. But before I will duplicate it, I'll just duplicate 2 first. I'll hold my control, I'll press Ctrl J. Ctrl J is to duplicate. So now I have it separately. I will also press, I want to rotate this to another different shape. So I will hold Ctrl T. Once I click Ctrl T, the next thing I'll do is to click on it. I'll right click on it and now flip horizontal, and this is it. So I'll be needing this particular one too, and I will need this too. So because of that, I'll click. I want this to have a kind of another white let me call it a kind of stroke. So what I'll do is to duplicate it. I'll press Ctrl J. I've duplicated it. It when I clicked Ctrl J, it did not duplicate because I haven't clicked on this arrow. Don't forget to always click on this arrow. So I'll click on this arrow now. I'll come here. I'll now click Ctrl J. Now it has duplicated. Now that it has duplicated, what I will do is to make one bigger. I'll click on the one under and make it bigger. So now that it's bigger, I'll click inside it, or if you click inside it, I will now come. It will bring out this box where I will click on color overlay. I want it to have the color overlay. I want it to have is white color. It has shown, but the reason why we can't see it is because it's the same color with the background. So let's give it a stroke. Let's give it a drop down shadow so that we can see the stroke we've given it. You click here and that is it. So you click on OK. Except if you want to set something, you just click on OK. Then let's bring it down. Let's make it look like a stroke, but you know it's not a stroke. So I like it this way. Let me reduce the drop down shadow. Let me reduce it. I think it's much. So now we'll click on OK and we are done with this. We will do the same thing to this other shape. You click Ctrl J to duplicate, then you make the one under to be bigger. Let's make it bigger. Then you double click on it and it will bring out this box. Then you click on color overlay, and now we've given it this white color. Let's give it a drop down shadow so that we can see it. Don't forget, in this color overlay you can change it to any color of your choice. You can come here, you can select any color anywhere and change it in case if you want to use it for another thing. Then let's click on cancel because we are not changing the color. So we like the color it already has, so we'll click on the drop down shadow. We've given it a drop down shadow. Then we'll click on OK. Let's quickly make it to fit in like as if it is a stroke on it. So I think it's perfect this way. So what we'll now do is to group it. I'll be grouping these two together. I want it to be one shape. So I will click on it and hold shift and click on the second one, and I will now click on my Ctrl G, which is to group. I will do the same thing to this also. Click here, hold my shift, click here, and I'll click on Ctrl G, which is I've grouped two of them together. It is now one shape. Sorry, click this. It's now one shape. So for me to carry it as one shape, I'll click my Ctrl C. As you can see, the both are now one shape. So what I'm going to do now is to duplicate this. I'll click Ctrl J. Before I duplicate, I'll click here and then click on Ctrl J. It's now 2. I'll come here. I'll click Ctrl J also, and it's now 2 also. So let's quickly fix it the way we want it to be. We click here. Always remember, before you move it, you click your Ctrl T so that it won't separate. We'll carry it, we'll bring it here. Gotten our shape very well. You click here Then what we are going to do now is to start putting our images. You come to here and import your image. The image, you click on the image you want to use and drag it to your Photoshop. When you drag it to your Photoshop, once you place it the way you want it to be, I want it smaller, then I'll minimize it, and then I'll come to the image layer and right click on it. When you right click on it, you see this thing, you scroll down to where they wrote create clipping mask. Click on create clipping mask and then you come here to place it the way you want. Anyhow you want it to be, you can come here to place it. Let me make it smaller. So this is now okay. You click here. So the next thing we are going to do now is I will do the same thing I did here. I will also do it here. Let me do the second one to show to you so that you can use it as an example. So when you click here on it, then you come to this place, you select the second image you want to use. This is the second image I use. I'll drag it down to my Photoshop and I'll come here. I want to make it smaller. Let me resize it. Then I'll come to this layer, this place. I will right click on it. You can right click twice, then it will bring out this, and then you scroll down to here and click on your create clipping mask. Once you click on clipping mask, it will enter inside the circle. Then you can resize it. We've resized it already, so it's okay like this. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I'll do the same thing on this remaining two. Then now we are done placing our image. The next thing we are going to do now is to bring in the image that we want to put here. So I'll just go and import it from wherever I keep it, from wherever I saved it. So this is the image you are going to be using. You click on it and drag it to your Photoshop, and this is it here. Let me make it smaller. I think it's now okay. I'll bring the second image. I'll click on it, drag it to my Photoshop. I'll drop it here. So we'll bring this. So we are done placing all our image. The next thing we are going to be doing now is just to put our text. So I will write the name of the brand. For me to write the name, I'll click on my text tool, click on it, and then I'll type the name of the brand. So the name of the font I use for the brand name is called Graphics. It's called Great Vibes. So we are going to, let's just leave it at this size. It's okay like this. So we'll bring it. For us to put our text, we have to make sure everything is aligned. So for us to align our work, we'll go to view, scroll down to new guide layout. You can put any figure you like here. Like for me, each time I'm designing a social media flyer, I put 0.15. So I'll click on OK. This is going to help us to align all our work. As you can see, this is the work. It helps you align your work. So the next thing we are going to do now is just to put the motto. Let's quickly type. So we are done typing. We are going to change this font. The name of the font we are going to use for that, let's use Montserrat. This is Montserrat. Let's use Montserrat, but then it's too big. I don't want it to be that big. So we are going to use Montserrat medium. This is it, and we will make it smaller. Let's just make it 6, and I think this is now okay. So the next thing we are going to do is just to write the things we sell, because as we all know, this design is a business flyer design. So I'm going to draw this shape. For us to change the color, you click here, then you can select any color of your choice. For me, I want to use this color, the darkest color on this image, and that is it. So I want to give it a kind of shape, so I'll come to this place, I'll draw this, and we are good to go like this. For us to now put text into it, we'll click on our text tool and type whatever we want to type. For us to put our text, we click, so we'll draw it here. Now I'm done typing. Let's change the color so that it can show. Let's make it white. We've changed the color. Then we are still using the same Montserrat, but then let's make it bold. Let's use Montserrat bold, and let's make it bigger. Let's make it 8. It's too big. Let's just make it 7. It's too big. Let's make it 7 points. It's too. Let's change here. So let's make this bigger. So let's align our rectangle with our text. You hold your shift key and click on both of them. Then you click here. It's now properly aligned. So next thing we are going to do now is to type. So I'll be back when I'm done typing. So we are done typing. The next thing we are going to do is to align our work to the left. So you come here, you click on it, you click on paragraph, then you click here to align to the left, and then we want to use Montserrat medium. We'll come here, we'll click on Montserrat on the board, then you select medium. And we are done. I think it's okay like this. So let's just put asterisk here just to show that we just something to show we are numbering it. you click on your text tool and you just put dots into 3. So let's use Montserrat bold for that. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it 12 and here 9. Let's make here 8 so that it will rhyme with the numbering we are doing. So the next thing is to add our location. So because of that, I want to use this to write the location. So I will duplicate the triangle there by clicking Ctrl J. Now I've clicked on Ctrl J, I will bring it down. I'll bring the triangle that I duplicate. I want to reduce the size. It's bigger, it's too big. I don't want it to be this big. So now I've reduced the size. So I will type my location. So now I'm done typing my location. What we use is Montserrat bold for the location, and let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. I think 9 is okay. This is okay. So let me reduce the size of this so that it can fit in very well. So let's now align our triangle with our location. You hold your shift key and click on triangle and also the location. You now come and click here. The last thing we are going to do now is to type the location. So I'm done typing, but the reason why you can't see it is because it has the same color with the background. So let's come here and change the color. You click on it and then you select any color you want. Let's use this color. As you can see, I pick the color here. I can pick it from here too. So I'll just click on OK. So now we've typed it. We are going to, I don't want it to be this bold. So let me change it to medium. Then I will reduce the size. I don't want it to be this big. Let me reduce the size. Let's come here. Whatever we do here, nothing is going to happen. So let's just click on it here. Let me just put 7. So that's the size I want it to be. The last but not the least, the next thing we want to do now is to put, as when you are designing any flyer, make sure you are fulfilling the purpose of that flyer. And this is a business flyer, so we are going to add the way they can contact us. So because of that, we are going to put our phone number here and our WhatsApp number. You click enter. I'll just type C and W, and the font I use for that, instead of me to go and start looking for some icons to use, I can just type C and W and use Social Circle. It's a font called Social Circle. So this Social Circle will show it. So let me make it big so that you can see what I'm talking about. Any type of social media icon I want to, it has it. Just type the first letter of that social media icon and it will be there. So we'll just bring our social media icon here. Then the next thing I'll do is to type the number. Click on my text tool. So now we are done with our designs. But whenever you are done with any design, the last thing you are going to do is to go through that design and make sure that everything is just the way you want it to be. If there is any mistake, that is the time you can use to correct it. And like this now, there is mistake here. We want to shift it back a bit. So this is just it, and we are done with this design. So let me quickly show you how you can save your work, how you can save your design after when you are done designing a particular thing, how you can save it. So for you to save this design now, what you are going to do is to click on file here. There is file here. When you click on this file, you click on save. When you click on save, this will come out. Then you type the name you want to save it with. Let me quickly save it with CUY. Let me just write by as the name I want to save it with, and I'll click on save. I'll click OK. Then I will export it. For me to be able to send it to my phone as a picture, as an image, what I'll do is to export it. I'll click on file, come to export, click on export, and come to export as. I'll click on export as. Once I click on export as, it might take a bit time for it to finish loading. Once it show up, don't rush and come and click export all. You wait for it to finish loading before you click on export all. When you click on export all, you click on save. When it stops loading, like now, it has saved and it is done loading, and we are done with our tutorial for today. If you like the video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell to notify you when I upload another video. And tell me on the comment section what next you would like me to design. Thank you for watching my video.